Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen.
It's an honor this morning to prepare for the Torah service by inviting a member of the Kol Tzedek community, Ariel Klagsburn, to offer some words of welcome.
Okay, speak into it. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ariel Klagsbrunn, and I've been coming to Kol Tzedek High Holidays services every year since I moved to Philadelphia 9 years ago. It's Rosh Hashanah, not Yom Kippur, but I have a confession to make. After 9 years, this is my first year as a dues-paying KT member. I felt the need to do some sort of public accountability around this because it's not just that I've been coming to KT High Holidays for 9 years. I've attended Purim parties. I've received abundant love and care from the KT community when my father passed, and I participated in many Hanukkah bake-offs. I literally proactively emailed Rabbi Ari Lev 3 years ago to say I'd be joining KT imminently, and then it just didn't happen. So let me tell you why this was the year that I finally picked up my credit card and paid my dues to Kol Tzedek, and why you too should make a contribution to this unique synagogue and community. This past year has felt like a challenging time to be Jewish, or specifically a challenging time to find pride and beauty in Jewish identity. Since every day in the news, the country that's supposed to be a safe haven for Jewish people, that's supposed to represent Jewish people, has brought me so much shame as it perpetuates a genocide in our names. In the week after October 7th, I was actually recovering from hand, foot, and mouth that I caught from my nephew Meyer on Yom Kippur right up there. I was laying in bed, somewhat frozen and dissociating, checking in with my Israeli family over text, scrolling the news for Israel's response, and bracing myself for what was going to come next. And when the response from Israel came, so many Jewish communities were silent and frozen, or, like the one I grew up in, advocating for revenge and war. And yet, I watched KT hold the complexities of the moment, hold generational trauma and fear and pain, and also provide moral clarity that all loss of life is a tragedy, and that a ceasefire in Gaza was the only solution to save lives and free the hostages. And I watched the KT community spring to action. As Israel announced its intention to invade Gaza, groups like Jewish Voice for Peace decided we needed mass demonstrations in DC to show Jewish opposition to the genocide in Gaza and to call for a ceasefire. I, finally unfrozen and unfeverish, had the honor of being pulled into the planning team. It was at the old KT office that a convening turned into an organizing session. And thanks to many people in this room, buses were set up, recruiters filled those buses, artists made banners. Those buses left from the KT office. I found myself saying, wow, a shul can do these things? On October 18th, when hundreds of us sat in the US Capitol building, the police were caught off guard. They took hours arresting the people on the outside of the circle first, and there in the middle were our rabbis and spiritual leadership, leading songs, chants, prayers, nigunim. When 5 p.m. hit, down to only a dozen people left, our rabbis led mincha services in the Capitol Rotunda until they too were arrested. I stood on the edge of the action all day that day, and when our KT clergy were led away in handcuffs, I found myself with tears streaming down my face, saying, that's my rabbi, that's my synagogue. And then I realized, until I actually became a full-fledged member, giving monthly contributions, it really wasn't my synagogue or my rabbi. So the reason I finally joined KT wasn't high holiday services, wasn't bake-off competitions or Purim parties or meal trains or a place to honor my dad's yortzeit, though all those would have been incredible reasons. It's because being a member of KT actually fills me with pride. A pride in the generation who have come before to build a Jewish community that I want my family to be part of. A pride in the Judaism that we are building together for the generations who come after us. And in a year where I have felt such profound shame for the genocide and war happening in my name, KT has filled me with hope that we are collectively building a Judaism that is true to our values that we can transmit to future generations. So if you, like me, have been lurking around the edges for months or years, let me tell you, KT relies on your contributions, whether you are a member or not. KT needs you to pay for the new physical KT space, for the staff that make this shul run, for programming for young people and adults alike, for high holiday services which are invaluable, truly requiring endless hours of seen and unseen labor and love. KT needs you, but also what this year taught me is that we need KT, because a shul like KT is not one to take for granted. And a shul like KT can make you feel, amidst devastation and heartbreak, so proud, so hopeful to be Jewish and in Jewish community. Shana Tova, may this year be sweeter than the last. Thank you.
Goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama, lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama, lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama, lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama, lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama, lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu